The biggest AI agent upgrade is not a smarter model, it is giving the agent somewhere safe to work. Microsoft is now giving agents cloud PCs. Google is putting agentic help inside the browser. Windows is adding containment, transparency, and agent identity. The pattern is obvious. Once AI can click, type, open apps, read pages, and complete tasks, your real question is not only what the model it uses. The real question is, where is the agent allowed to act? Because a chatbot can be wrong. An agent can be wrong inside your accounts. That is a very different problem. The old AI interface was simple. You typed a question, the model returned text. If the answer was wrong, you ignored it, corrected it, or copied the useful part somewhere else. That was messy, but the blast radius was limited. The new agent interface is different. The agent is not just answering, it is operating. It might open a browser, read a page, compare tabs, fill a form, move a file, query a database, send a draft, update an order, or handwork across apps. That is why agent label is easy to misunderstand. The interesting part is not that the software sounds more human. The interesting part is that it needs an operating system. A worker needs a desk. A software worker needs compute, network access, maybe identity, permission, memory logs, and a way for a human to interrupt it. That is the first payoff. Agents do not just need intelligence, they need a workplace. This is why Microsoft 365 for agents matters. Microsoft's January explanation was unusually direct. Computer using agents need the same fundamental resources as a user: compute, network, identity, and policy controls. In June, Microsoft said Windows 365 for agents is generally available within Agent 365. Just in plain English, its agent builders can give computer using agents managed cloud PCs so they can execute multi-step workflows across software, including opening apps, navigating interfaces, entering inputs, and processing data. That sounds like a product announcement. Underneath it, it's a bigger rule. Your desktop has old downloads, browser sessions, private files, open tabs, clipboard leftovers, notification pop-ups, personal accounts, and habits you forgot you had. That environment was built for you, for humans. It was not built for a semi-autonomous system that can click at scale. So Microsoft is moving the agent into a managed environment, a cloud PC with enterprise controls around it. Not because cloud PCs are exciting, because isolating is exciting when the thing inside the box can act. The details are the story. Microsoft describes cloud PC pools where agents draw from shared resources by team or workload. It describes human-in-the-loop safeguards where a person can take control during execution, handle a credential or complex decision, and then return control to the agent. And it describes agent identity where each agent can operate with a unique Microsoft Entra Agent ID, so ID can distinguish agent actions from human inside of the audit logs. The last part matters more than it sounds. If an agent changes something, you need to know what that agent has changed. Not someone with Bob's login, not the shared automation account, not maybe their assistant did it. Agent needs attribution. That is the second payoff. The boring controls are not paperwork around the agent. They are what make the agent usable. That This is not only a cloud story. At Build 2026, Microsoft also described Microsoft Execution Containers, or as they call it, MXC, as a policy-driven execution layer for agents across Windows and WSL. The idea is just containment. Developers declare what an agent can access, like files or network resources, and the platform enforces those boundaries at runtime. Microsoft also describes session isolation, separating the agent's execution from the user's desktop, clipboard, UI, and input devices. That is the same rule in another form. Do not let agents wander through the house because it needs to fetch one document. Give it a room. Give it the tools it needs. Lock the rooms it does not need. Record what happened. This is also where the hype of agents looking a bit childish. My agent can do anything is not an enterprise feature, it's a liability statement. Useful agents do less than everything inside a boundary you can explain. Microsoft is not the only signal. Google is moving the same pattern in Chrome. Google says Gemini can understand the page you are viewing, answering questions about it, summarize it, connect with other Google apps, and with Auto Browse, handle tasks like booking parking or even updating an order. Google also says Auto Browse is designed to ask for confirmation before sensitive action, like making purchases or posting on social media. That is the consumer version of the same operating rule. If the browser becomes the agent workbench, permissions become the product. Like, what page can it read? Can it use other apps? Can it fill up a form? Can it click buy? Where does it stop and ask? The browser used to be where humans operated websites. Now it is becoming a place where agents may operate websites for humans. That kind of changes the trust problem for everyone. Users, platform creators, and businesses. The useful websites will not only be pretty, they will be legible to agents and safe for users to delegate through. Here is the practical rule for small teams. Do not start with the model, start with the workspace, okay? If you're trying an agent for real work, ask 4 questions before you get impressed by the demo. First question, where does it run? Inside your live browser, a cloud workspace, a container, a lockdown session, a vendor environment? Second, what can it touch? Files, emails, calendar, CRM, payment systems, code, customer records, social accounts, or only a test folder? Third, who is it acting as? Your account? A service account? A named agent identity? A temporary delegated permission? Fourth, how do you prove what happened? Well, logs can help. Screenshots, approval, diffs, audit records, rollback paths. This is the actual buyer checklist for agents, not the does it look magical? Does it operate in a place you can control? Because if the agent can only help you when it has your whole desktop, your whole account, and no audit trail, it is not ready for serious work. It may be useful for experiments, but then experiments and operations are different animals altogether. The easy prediction is everyone gets an AI assistant. The better prediction is messier. People will use different agents for different work, and those agents will need different environments. A coding agent does not need the same permission as a finance agent. A customer support agent should not share a workspace with a social posting agent. A personal research agent should not have the same blast radius as an agent that can update billing or like send messages. So the future is not one super agent roaming freely. The future is controlled delegation. The agent gets the workspace, tools, identity, and then permissions for the job. Then the human gets observability, approval points, and a way to take over if anything happens. That sounds less cinematic than AI will do everything. It is also how real work survives contact with reality. So when you see the next agent demo, do not only ask when or whether it can complete the task. Ask it where it completed the task. Ask it what it could touch. Ask who it was acting as. Ask what the log proves. The agent needs a brain, basically, but it also needs a desk and how do you say it? Like an ID badge, for example, a lock drawer, and then maybe a supervisor. That is the hidden layer behind the agent economy. If you want the short version, it is this. Running powerful agents inside your personal desktop will look reckless in hindsight. From Atlas, more signal, less theater. Thanks for watching.